Hail, you Warhammer players, and welcome to the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the inland Northwest. Your hosts are me, Jeremy, all day 40k Nakano, and Joey, Beddingfield Painting Beddingfield. How we doing, Joey?
I'm doing well. I don't get to be all Joey. You're all Jeremy all day 40k.
That's correct.
That's crazy.
Yes, indeed. You can find me on TikTok at all day 40k, Joey on Instagram at Beddingfield Painting, and today it is my absolute pleasure to welcome a member of Team USA, the best Gene Stealer Cults content creator on the planet, one of the best GSE players in the world, the Pairing Primus, our team dream, the most of Ascension, Nexos Floos. How we doing, Nexos?
I have to keep coming back because those hype up sessions truly are the best.
I tripped over my words this time too.
Yeah, that's okay.
Heavens.
But
you're the Pairing Primus and Wyatt's the Pairing Princess. We're killing it.
Pairing Primus actually goes so hard.
It goes crazy.
I love that.
I really like the most of Ascension personally.
Most of Ascension. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be going over all of our West Coast Warbands event. I did not attend. We'll talk about who all was there, how I did contribute to some degree. But before all that, let's get into what we've been working on. Let's give some inspiration to the people and talk about some hobby. Joey, you've been working on some cool stuff here. What are you painting?
I did some hobby exactly today. Exactly today, as in today when I got the time. So let's share this here, and I'll bring it up for you, and we can see what I'm looking at.
While you do this, I'm gonna go find my model that I've been doing.
I'm a visual shower.
No, there we go. Boom. All right. So can we see this? We're on.
Yeah, I can absolutely see it.
Perfect. There we are. So I changed my mind. I decided instead of painting Ragnar, I was going to paint the brand new Shelob model for Middle-earth, because I've been teaching a lot of people here in Coeur d'Alene how to play it. It's my favorite game of all time ever, and she just got a new model, and it's gorgeous. So I need to paint it, and so now I'm gonna paint it, and also maybe get something out of it. But if I don't, it's okay, because I'm gonna paint a model to the best of my ability for a game that I love, and that's going to be enough. And if we get something, then cool. But this is where we've gotten today.
We've got our base coats, all the important.
We got our So base coated the skin. Did a little quick 3-tone dry brush, and then did a really heavy gnome oil wash to kind of pull it all back down. So it obviously in person it's a little different, but there's the highlights that you need on the larger parts of it without making this natural organism of a spider look weird, unnatural with thick weird highlights or whatever. And then I just had some fun with the stippling here on her butt, just to give her a little bit of color. Obviously a ton of work left to do, but this is where we are. It was a pretty good start. I'm 2.5 hours in right now, so not terrible.
For our very prestigious $1 per entry painting competition, I believe that you will have at least 30 more hours to put into this spider.
If I've got to catch up to you, yeah.
I did my painting already. He's done. He's just sitting on the shelf now.
I know, but if I gotta catch up on hours, right? Which is fine. I mean, she's on an 80, so just for reference of understanding the actual size, it's an 80 millimeter base. She's a big lady.
Girl.
Or I guess it's a 60 technically, but whatever.
Well, I can't wait to see how she turns out. But
she's a big girl. But yeah, it'll be good. It's fun. So there we go.
Excellent. What you working on, Floof?
I've been doing my ad mech, and in both a way to be as lazy as possible and get it done as quickly as possible, I've gone with a monochrome, mostly dry brush, which has been coming out very nice. Full black and white kind of thing. There's my call right here, and then some of the robots that are going to be done, I'm going to put like little emoticons on the face,
Yeah.
I
the
love
like
that.
:3 and all that kind of stuff. But
Yep.
yeah,
So
the
what you're
base
doing there is you're doing a
looks
pure
fucking
black and
amazing.
white scaled model, right?
Yes. So it's dark silver and silver from Procryl, and then their coal black, neutral gray, titanium white just mixes in between. And that's the whole shift. Also their little tube of what's the face? This the terrain paste stuff that they started doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is all the gray earth fine, and then their super fine snow. It's the whole thing. Just dry brush it on, and it actually comes out like looking super good for the snow bases. These
Okay.
ones are a little bit thicker, but like, dude, just trust
Mhm.
me when I say like you just kind of naturally let it go, and then you'll just throw a little random extra blotches because there'll be piles of snow scattered around, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Are you gonna throw in like a
Um,
Sweet.
tiny pop of color in those emoticons?
so everyone keeps saying that I need to add some type of color. And like I've seen the ones to where it does do that, and then it's like either like a neon green or a neon red, and it accentuates the hell out of that color. I I just want to leave it just black and white,
Okay.
just these three colors, which is a struggle in and of itself because I need to essentially like find the stuff in between so it all looks fleshed out. But
Right.
yeah,
Well,
I
you're
don't know.
also
It's
going to
been
be
my little
putting
struggle.
a white emoticon on the black face.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool. That sounds
it'll glow
great.
out a bit. Yeah.
I have been working on
Wait. I bet it's Marines.
it's Marines, it's
Nailed it.
Space Marines.
I'm
Ooh,
so good
So
at
I'm
this
finishing
game.
up my Leviathan
I
box a
love
little
those
bit.
colors.
And yeah, so I have the squad with little green marks on their head, and then another squad with little blue marks on their head. I finished them up this morning, just the basing is left. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's that. Anyway, Infernus Marines are fun and not great, but they are cool in Forge Father Seekers. So I'm gonna play around
I
with
was
that
going
and
to
see
say
how it goes.
they're like in Forge Fathers, they're almost great.
Advanced shoot and action is pretty good.
Quite
So
good.
So good. Uh as someone who's been just having a bunch of fun on Halo's Creed, the servitors are like have just been oh yeah, I can just cleanse and shoot you with like a random stray melta. Fuck it. Yeah.
you
Die.
mean I can
It's
just
been
do?
great.
Okay.
Oh god, it's good to be back in was it the start of 10th or 9th edition where you could do that stuff? I forget, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally. All right. Before we jump into our content, let's just take 1 second here, 30 seconds to be precise, to thank our partner in crime, Baron of Dice.
Ha! Bad roll. That's okay. 'Cause I'm having more fun than you ever do. Even when I roll ones. How do I get you to shut up? Go to Baron of Dice and then buy some dice so that your army is dismayed. Then let me take your sister out. What?
Okay, let's get and jump into the West Coast Warbands. Let's first talk about team makeup, everything everybody did, everyone involved. So, all what I did is just some management on the back end. I was supposed to go, and then some stuff, real life stuff happened, and I couldn't really go. I probably could have gone in the end, but we couldn't plan
Always
for
how it
that,
is.
and it's okay. But what I ended up doing is I helped build the matrix for the team so that everybody had somewhere to put information. Um, I recruited both of you, to join the team as help, which I genuinely appreciate. Thank you both. And then I was that very annoying voice on Discord telling everybody to please, for the love of God, fill out your matrix. Um,
True.
Joey, why don't you go ahead and do a quick review of our team overall?
Yeah, absolutely. So we, as BFH, we had myself,
Floof, Wyatt. So Floof on GSC, me on Jakari, Wyatt on Tank
CSM.
CSM, or just Wyatt the way he's played 10th edition. Drew on volleyball team Botan.
Mhm.
We had Kirk on Adventuring Parting Demons, Chansey on Monster Bash Tyranids,
Kirk's list
Josiah
effectively.
on
Kirk's list effectively.
yes. Josiah on Infantry World Leaders plus Angron. I don't remember the name of that list style. He had mentioned it at some point, but and then we had Bailey on Grizzled. Am I missing one?
I believe that's
it, right?
everyone.
That's 8. That's
Yeah.
us.
Thank you for that. And then Floof, tell us about the role that you took up on the team.
So, I at first was just gonna be the friendly neighborhood merc who was just coming in with GSE. And then looking at the Matrix stuff, I've had both Ruben and Bortel rub off on me at this point to where they have like these complicated matrices and everyone have this stuff done in by this time. So I've had a little bit of that drilled into me. And so like a couple days into it, I was like, hey, can we get like a super matrix? Hey, can we like start like looking at this stuff? And it ended up to where I was by Drew's word, the captain behind the mask or something like that. He was he was captain in all but name, but they had me go up and do all the pairings, which was very nice. I am glad everyone had that kind of trust in me. And also when people were down, I was the cheerleader for us, saying, "We've got this." I believed
Yeah.
in us the whole time.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and just hop into our round one. Who was the opponent, Floof?
Our round one opponents were, and I remember them like it was yesterday, and I'm totally not stalling for time to look up that it's River City Witch Pigeon Sapphire. On their team, they had Death Guard, Admech, Chaos Knights, Drukari, T-Suns, Votan, Astartes, and Emperor's Children. What's
Excellent. Thank you very
their
much. And how did pairings go? How
Ultima?
did you guys feel about it when you were finished?
Like we cleaned house. We got away with murder.
Yeah, pairings felt crazy.
Yeah. So we were going to start off. Our general strategy going into it was starting off with Wyatt and then going into Bailey. We realized we should probably switch those because Bailey can handle more anti-gun line tech, and then that takes it away so that Wyatt can, run wild on the back half. And yeah, just like Bailey on guard gets into Death Guard. He gets an 11-9. Great. I go into Admech. I get a 20-0. Wyatt goes into Chaos Knights. He gets a 19-1. Kirk goes into Jukari. We're a little worried about this one, but he gets a 13-7. Saya 16-4 is their Thousand Sons. Ricky, unfortunately, gets a 6 into their Leagues of Votan, but that's fine at this point. Bowie ties their Space Marines. And then Drew actually picks up an 18-2 into Emperor's Children for a very solid 113-47 win for us.
Yeah, hell of a big round. Joey, can you tell us about your game into Isaac?
Yeah, it was a great game. He was a great opponent. He's very like I don't remember exactly his list name, but like all of his stuff is like Imperial Fist, and he plays Imperial Fist, and his list name was something about like I play, like essentially saying that he plays Imperial Fist, but his team made him play Ultramarines, so these are Ultramarines, trust me.
It's very fun.
It was a
He's
pretty
the one that like he had all of his models named.
yeah.
Like his Gilliman
Oh.
was Rogaldorn and all
One of
that, and then
those,
all of
alright.
his
And it
redemptors
was-
had like
it-
Brother
it was-
Tiberius.
It was the 30k Dorn,
Nice. Yeah, a few
just
people do that.
on the accurate base for Gilliman.
That's sick.
So
Great.
it was cool. It was Repulsor and a Predator and 3 Redemptors and Gilliman and blah 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 blah. Right?
So good old Blade of Ultramar vehicles.
Good old Blade
that
of
do
Ultramar.
stuff.
No Vicatrix, just a bunch of vehicles that do stuff. I cleaned up pretty early on his infantry because that's just what happens.
Kari does.
I could not kill the Redemptors, and he just kind of got too many primary points for me to like really pull ahead, and then 2 just picked up like unit after unit after unit. A handful of like small unlucky bits like here and there. Like 10 Hellions went into the repulsor, didn't pick it up. Just like some unfortunate things here and there, but nothing crazy. It was a very good game, and we got a tie, and that's okay. I was expecting a win because I know how to play into Space Marines, but at the end of the day, 3 Redemptors and 2 other tanks are still 3 Redemptors and 2 other tanks, right? Like
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It's a big thing that's hard to deal with. So that makes sense. Floof, what about you? Let's talk about your game into Poor Brian.
Yeah, so this is what happens when people kind of get scared by a name a little bit too much, in my personal opinion, because to me, this should be like a yellow, if not a red for me. But I have the out to where, so I'm playing Host of Ascension with 100 neophytes, right? And I look at it and he has about basically 800 points in 9 last chickens. And I go, cool. If I can kill everything around that, I win the game. The only problem with that is everything around that is 25 infiltrators and 10 rust stalkers. So I'm a little worried about it going into it, but he starts off, he gets first drop, and I go, fuck. And he puts 5 infiltrators 9 inches from my line just in front of his natural expanse. And I go, ooh, that's okay. Well, actually, that's not that bad because it's not the 10 man. I thought he would do the 10 man. And then I go and I set mine to screen out my half. And then he puts 10. Well, he had 10 infiltrators in a boat, which is not how you do that. You put the rust stalkers in the boat. And I was like, okay. And he sets the boat. This is on layout 6, and he sets the boat in the little corner in front of his natural. And I'm like, sure. And then he sets his other 10 infiltrators surrounding that boat, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then he puts 10 rust stalkers on his back home field, like on his point. I go, oh, so I don't have to worry about any Sicarans for like 2 turns. He goes first. He only pushes up the boat. He doesn't full send at me, which is what this list needs to do to give me like a 5, right?
Yeah.
And so I pick up the Primus at the end of my turn, and then I 6-inch deep strike in front of his entire army. He didn't walk out to the center. He didn't walk out past his natural, and so he's just jailed by 20 neophytes to the point to where it goes to his turn. I rapid ingress 20 onto the middle point, and I go, look what I'm going to walk forward and do again next turn.
Oh.
And in Taken Hold, he went 5-5-5-5-5.
Oh. Yeah.
And that was very fun while I went 15,
Yep.
15, 15, 15.
Yeah, he said home, 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 home,
Yes.
and we're done.
Yeah.
That
So
sucks.
overall, a nice game. And then I think he had said like he was still learning it, so I gave him some tips after of like, hey, you need to like be way more aggressive with your Sicarans. And he ended up getting best in faction at the end of the weekend. So
Hey.
hopefully those lessons turned out.
That's awesome. Way to part on some really good information for him. Now, were there any
Hopefully.
like genuine surprises that came up during this matchup at all?
There were for them.
Obviously, yeah, you absolutely blindsided them. Seeing as this was the matchup you had the most to prepare both between everybody when it came down to it.
Yeah, they had their Chaos Knights that picked Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
Zach, no shade if he happens to listen to this, but he said, I think Wyatt's favorite phrase, which is, you don't like this matchup. Chaos Space Marines suck.
yeah.
Boy,
Wyatt murdered him.
and that made Wyatt want to do dirty things to him, I'm sure.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
went, really? Chaos Knights?
All right. Let's see how it goes.
So, and then I think we got kind of lucky getting Drew on an open board into EC.
Especially as being the last pick of the
Like,
bundle.
at the very end too, which was kind
Yeah.
of nuts.
Yeah, so he just got to go, man,
Bang,
go
bang.
ahead, try to stand on the objective. I bet you won't make it to me.
All right. Yeah, that is a
I think
surprise. I think my biggest surprise, just based on the data, and it's on theme for the entirety of the event, is Kirk Powell's green
Right,
into
like, I wanted
his
to bring
red
it up.
matchup.
Kirk is going to have this trend throughout the weekend, because at this point in the weekend,
You're going to see
starting,
some weird
like,
shit.
I just threw it out there and I was like, fuck it, man. I don't know what this list does. I genuinely, bottom of my heart, could not begin to tell you. But we need someone to go, Jukari, so maybe you'll be okay. And I believe he went first, and he was like, well, they can't move block me anymore, so I'm just going to go stand on the points. And they have to come to me. And boy howdy did that not work out for him.
Meanwhile, which is great, he's playing Adventuring Party Demons with the
Mhm.
big stupid crab thing, right?
Soul
Yes.
Grinder.
With a
It's
soul
called the Soul
grinder,
Grinder.
no less.
With this-
Which I love that.
Which was like
it's so great.
damn near an MVP for him through the weekend.
I keep telling everybody, Soul Grinder's great. Just play it. It's
Okay,
so good.
hold on. No. It's not good. It's just 200 points of annoying enough data sheet to where your opponent goes, I'll go somewhere else.
Yep.
So it's just 200
It's
points
not-
that sits on your natural.
Yeah.
and does nothing.
It's not saying Soul Grinder is great. Soul Grinder is good enough. What it is I think it is a great use of 180 points.
Yes, sure.
The unit, not super great, but it's good enough.
In Kirk's hands, it's a great unit.
In like Incinellating, it's great. You just don't have the points for it.
Yes.
All right.
I will very confidently say as well, my favorite thing about Kirk's list is that while talking about it, because earlier he brought up like, guys, should I sub this out for something else? It's very well painted, very well done. I think it could help get us best overall. Like that's why he wants to take the Soul Grinder, right? But he also acknowledges, yeah, this unit's really bad. And I go, I'm gonna make sure that I always do my best to try and get you an open board so that we can do that. I'm gonna keep you away from WTC. That man played on WTC every single fucking round. I completely forgot my promise and was just like, fuck it. Wherever Kirk's going, Kirk's going. Do you think it can fit? We'll figure it out.
Here's the thing about WTC and Incursion. He's 6-inch deep strikes. What does he care about walls?
You just pick it up. You go,
Yeah.
oh, I can't
Yeah.
walk there. I guess
All right.
that's one of my pickup targets. Crazy.
All right. Enough gushing about Kirk for now. Let's get into 2. Joey, who was our opponent in round 2? Do you know? I can tell you.
Yes. No, I've got it. I just have to scroll down to it. We played MHM.
Excellent.
Who was-
And how did that pairing process go, Floof?
I think just about as good as it could have been. I will point out that little shout out to Joshi, a guard specialist who does a lot of data. This was the 3rd seed for the event based on ELO. And we've got Bailey into CSM, which turned out very good. Joey into Tom Sagana, which ended up being a blowout in the other direction than we thought. CT into John Kilcommons, getting a 1-19. We're down at this point. If you haven't noticed, we've gotten 2 0-20s, which sucks, but we pull it back because Wyatt drops a 16-4 on their GSC player. Josiah gets a 6 into their Votan. Kirk gets a 17-3 into the World Leaders. Don't know how. Drew gets an
Magic.
8-12 into their Chaos Demons, and then I drop an 18-2 on their very weird Eldar list. It's
And-
explosive back and forth.
And we pull a honest to God 80-80 tie.
Yes.
Crazy. Oh yeah, it was the one true tie, which is incredible. I've never.
The
I don't
tiest
think
of
I've ever
ties.
seen an 80-80. So
Later on in round 6, one of the Heroic Knights gangs, I think, just accepted a 10-10-10-10-10-10 draw with
That
their
was round
opponents and didn't
6.
play the
They
round.
were
But
effectively
like,
bottom
that's-
table round 6. Yeah.
We actually worked for it. So
Yeah. I do want to say while we talk about these things here, so Andrew did lose, right? 8-12. However, both of them had over 1,500 points alive.
yeah.
so they just stared at each other the whole game.
Yes.
Fascinating. That's a
Which I'll take.
great play for what you think could be a losing matchup for you. So he played for
Drew-
exactly. And here's the thing. Let's talk about Matrix stuff. He played exactly to his Matrix,
Yes.
which is all you can ask for from a pairings perspective, right, Floof?
Absolutely. I will say big ups to Drew because so many times we would do the thing to where we did with CT, to where we just kind of throw him to the wolves and we say like, get me fucking anything.
Yeah.
And Drew surprised us every single time to where we're expecting like a 2, and he's like, yeah, I got like a 7, got like an 8. And I look, and it's turn 5, and he has most of his army, and the dude just like has more guns than God, and is like, walk towards me, please.
Dare you?
So he played very, very well.
Between him playing, like, Drew consistently played probably an average of 2 points above Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Josiah played like an absolute monster.
Josiah
was going crazy.
When Bailey was like, I'm gonna want to bring Josiah on the team, I said yes, absolutely, because I remember my first game into Josiah, my only game really at this stage. I was like, he's like, yeah, I got into the hobby a few months ago, and he used to play years and years ago, like 5th edition, and then he recently, or had gotten into it recently at that point, which was like middle 10th edition. We played a game, and he beats me, by about 10, 15 points, I think. We have a great time, but that's when I recognized like how good his game sense is, especially for being like new to modern Warhammer. So I was really stoked when Bailey said that he had time to come and join us.
Yep. But we had the 2 of them, and then we had Bailey, who, with the exception of one round turning a yellow into a blue, he played exactly on Matrix all weekend.
The entire weekend.
Yeah.
He was like,
Bailey
this is
gets a
green.
lot of games in.
Yeah.
A little quick shout out to Bailey here as we're going through this. Make sure that if you're in the area of Ellensburg, Washington, you make your way over to Windy City Toys and Games and Toys, which is his friendly local gaming store that he runs alongside Nick Fromm.
Nice.
Go and check him out. He also does online stuff. So go see what's up. Anyway, let's talk about this wonderful 18-2 you got. How'd it go?
This was Eldar. So I'm almost always saying like I don't respect Eldar in the least. So long as it's not Windrider host, GSC is just going to 20 it. You should always be able to 20-0 this. And so I looked and I saw that it wasn't Windrider, and I just put it as a 20. And then I get onto the field, and he's telling me how he's got these 10-man Storm Guardian, whatever the fucks, that join with 4 Warlocks and Farseers, and this one has Eldrad. And I go, huh, these all infiltrate, and these all have -1 to wound, and he's got the sniper bikes that scout and are -1 to hit, and he's got the Avatar, and I might be in trouble here with lads. And he gets first drop. He doesn't do the thing to where he strings 10 guys in front of my deployment zone and tries to go first. He does Scorpions instead. I take my half, and then I go, okay, just don't go first. And I rolled he rolled a 6, and I was like, fuck, okay. So he goes first, and his whole army is in the middle of the field, turn 1. Because it's hidden supplies, you don't score on your home. His entire board is up there, and I'm just like, great. This is
So
I'm
fun.
not having fun right now. But I'm able to pick up the Primus squad, and I'm able to kill one of the 10-mans, thankfully, as well as neuter the what's his face Solitaire. And then it gets he does his turn, he touches some stuff, he's going and being annoying, and then it goes to my drop turn, and I remembered that he's Eldar with like a 4-up save, and I tabled him by the bottom of 3.
Nice. That's a big game.
His score went 15, and I was very scared, and then it was 5, and then it was 0, and then it was 0. And I was like, great.
Nice.
And then I went 10, 15, 15 or something like that. Yeah, it was a very worrying game. I was very stressed at the going into round 2, but then very quickly he just started dying, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, great, we're here.
Yeah,
let's go T3 bodies.
Yeah, so
and not nearly enough of them.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking not nearly enough, Joey, bring us back to reality here. Tell us about your game.
Oh, that's rude. Okay. This was, and Jeremy knows this because we talk about it all the time, but this was like the worst case scenario of like dice doing things I don't need them to do. It ended up being very much so not a green that I thought it was, but that was my lack of knowledge and not looking deeper at the list and understanding what
Always does.
specifically Black Templar Repexes do. And then especially like he went first and just advanced. He was Black Templar Bastion, and he went first and just said, "Here's a Repex on my natural, and here's a Repex on your natural, a Repex in the middle of the board, and then a regular repulsor just a little bit behind the middle of the board, staring at my natural. So I have your natural, and you can look at mine, but you're not going to touch it." And it was just dudes in boats that murder everything I have like 3 times over if I try to come out in Overwatch. And when your Overwatch is just as effective as your shooting phase, it's a really bad time. So my answer to vehicles like that is the Hellions, and the Hellions don't get to play that game. So that was really, really rough. It did get to the point that like there was one instance, and then after that it happened 3 or 4 more times. But there was one instance that like my opponent rolled some dice, rolled crazy. I rolled some dice, rolled horrendously, and he stopped. He stopped and went, "Wow, I kind of feel bad now. I don't really understand what's happening."
Oh no!
Nothing's
Not
worse
that I
than,
feel
"Ooh, I
bad
feel
for
bad now," when
you.
you're playing against somebody.
And I said, "Hey, man, this is what
Don't
dice do
say that.
sometimes." No, like this is what he was nice.
Okay.
And it was like, he meant it like that was earnest. Like that
Yeah.
shouldn't be happening. I feel bad. And it was like, I was like, like this is what happens. Dice do this sometimes. It's not your fault. Don't feel bad about it. You're making the right choices. I'm rolling my dice. It's just not happening. I think the sequence of events was Malice charge Repex that is already in combat. So I'm safe. Malice charge Repex is 0 CP. It's a 3-inch charge. I roll Snake Eyes. Fuck me in particular, I suppose. I roll a charge into the other Repex with 10 Hellions. He says, "Yeah, that's worth both of my CP. I will heroic with Judy and Assault Intercessors
Which clean up that unit.
into the fully healthy Hellions. And I'll fight first." I say, "Cool." He does it. He fights 6 attacks, hits 5 times. That's fine. Not a character unit. He says,
Rerolls.
"All right, here we go. Wounding on 3s?" And
Strength
rolls
7, so 2s.
3s. I'm T4.
That's right.
Rolls 5 out of 5 6s.
So he just kills 5 things immediately.
Kills
Yep.
5 Hellions.
Just gone.
And then the 5 Assault Intercessors pick up the other 5.
Oh,
And I
Were
went,
you on an objective
"Oh,
too?"
No. Yeah, I charged onto it.
okay. So he had full rerolls to wound. That makes sense.
But he didn't need them with the Judy. He just rolled it.
Ugh. Brutal.
So that was tough.
Yeah, this was a tough match. Like, obviously, one of the best teams at the tournament per ELO. When I see the name Matt Evans and Chansey getting paired into Matt Evans, talk about jumping on the grenade for the team. Matt Evans is to Tyranids, pretty close to what Floof is to GSE. So, talk about a guy who knew exactly what he was walking into, because he also owns 3 of everything that has come out for 30 years for that faction. So,
What did he? Hold on. Was he playing?
he was playing Tyranids.
Was this the triple Norn mirror? No.
Is that not later?
No, that's later, buddy. That's not right now. He's not on this team.
round two.
Oh, round 2?
Round
You're
2,
right.
MHM. He's
My
not on that
apologies.
team.
I'm talking about. I was looking at ahead of time. My apologies.
Which there's still
That's
some
later.
very good. There's still some very good players on here.
Yeah.
Still very good.
Anyway.
But either way, we had a good game. Tom was a super nice guy. He thanked me for being a good opponent and keeping my spirits up during the game, regardless of what was happening with the dice. They fully reached the point of I cannot be upset because it is too ridiculous to be upset about.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Shout out to Kirk for turning a green into a blue. Again,
Needed it.
just big win.
The second
because
of many.
Kirk is magic. Yeah. This was a hell of a round, guys. For having 3 reds, you managed to pull the tie because you had 3 fairly equal blues. So well done.
Also, shout out for Wyatt for doing what every single person who plays into GSC always tells me of, man, this is such bullshit, while he just tables them.
Yeah.
Just complaining about, what is GSC even? This is so insane, as like you're just killing GSC left and right.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about it
16-4,
afterwards.
okay.
That was
God.
he, like, as a soft quote, was like, man, GSC are bullshit. They just have so many rules. Oh, you're tabled.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man.
Only Wyatt can complain about winning. So
Yeah.
In my life.
all right, let's go ahead and pop into round 3 here, where we paired into Mastercrafted.
Yes.
And then I'll just run down the pairings this time. We had Bailey into Mason, who was on Death Guard. Chansey into Matt Evans, so this was that Tyranid on Tyranid matchup. Floof into Will, who's another mirror.
Yes, this was the mirror.
We had
3
Joey
GSC
into
players, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
3 GSC players, and we played them both.
Wow.
And I was the third.
That's incredible.
Pissed me off so much.
Joey gets paired into John Holbrook on, what was he on? CSM.
Renegade. Yes.
Josiah into Jason Easley. Jason was playing Dark Angels. We had Kirk into Lane Newsbaum, who was on Astra Militara. We had Wyatt into Ryan McGuire, who was on Adeptus Sororitas.
Love Ryan, by the way. Great guy.
And then Drew against Philip Schwann into the Custodes. So, Joey, would you mind running down the winners and losers of each game?
Yeah. Also, yes, definitely. I talked to Ryan afterwards. Love that guy. That was my first interaction with him. Dude, he's one of my favorite
motherfucker.
He's one of my favorite kinds of 40K players. Right? Like, it's that personality, and we talked about it anyway.
He's just one of my favorite kind of dudes. Giant dude, like 300 pounds of pure muscle, just a shit brick house of a guy. Looks scary as all hell, bald with the tattoos on the back, right? Just looks me, and then just the nicest guy who's just like,
just a full teddy bear.
Models. Oh God,
full teddy bear.
I love him to death.
Super nice dude.
God.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and then we will come back so that Floof can talk about it, because this is where Josiah decides to become an animal.
My king.
So
My
Josiah
king.
wins 13-7 against Dark Angels.
Big win.
Big win. Bailey wins 13-7 against Death Guard.
Big win.
Chansey gets 20-0'd in the mirror.
Matt Evans. It's understandable.
Matt Evans. I will say, and I didn't get the chance to talk to Chansey about it, and I do want to. And knowing that it's Matt Evans makes it make a lot more sense. But he was playing Crusher, so it was a full mirror.
Full mirror.
He had 3 Norns. Chansey killed all of them and still got 20-0'd, which is not a slight on Chansey. That's a testament to Matt, and I want to understand what happened.
I feel like
I heard at one point he had failed 2 4-inch charges to handle one of the Norns.
I feel like that.
Yeah, so if he's killing them and shooting, that's the problem. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that explains it right there. All you have to say is that all 3 Norns died, meaning that he spent multiple turns killing 3 Norns instead of dealing with the rest of the army instead.
That's fair. Floof wins 13-7 in the mirror.
Never losing a mirror.
Kirk pulls an 11-9 out of the guard,
which is pretty impressive.
And made this man say, quote, "I'm never not playing combined arms again. Grizzled sucks ass." And I said, it's not. I was like, I mean, it seems pretty good. And he said, no, it's ass. I'm never playing it again. And I said, okay. And I walked away from the table.
Nah, buddy, you just played Kirk. Like, it's fine.
You got kirked. I'm sorry. Like,
Listen, Lane, if you ever hear this, I love you, buddy. I'll buy you a drink at whatever event. But from the bottom of my heart, fucking skill issue, brother. What are we talking about? This is like one of the best attachments in the fucking game.
It's so good.
What are we doing here, dude?
on just purely on paper, it might be the best.
Oh,
I played John Holbrook on CSM and lost 16-4. A fairly actually a very interactive game that I can go into. And then Andrew lost 16-4 to Philip on Custodes.
Folger's list. Both
Exactly,
Custodians players
Folger's
that
list.
showed up was the triple land raider
Running 100 custodian guard.
Yeah,
30.
The Folger net list special, baby. Woohoo!
Only 32 up, 4 up models.
It is over 100 wounds.
I hate it here.
So at T6, it's fine.
Anyway, okay, so Floof, let's talk about Josiah and Dark Angels.
Dude, my fucking goat, my fucking king.
This is
Josiah had this
15
as a
Deathwing
red.
Knights.
This is 15 Deathwing Knights and the fucking lion. And I'm looking at a melee army, Josiah on a melee army, and I'm going, can you get me a point? And he goes, I'm gonna try. And literally, I'm like, if you can get me 5, I will be your cheerleader for the rest of the weekend. And at one point, I look over and we just happen to make eye contact, and he does. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'm caging my GSC opponent about the best. What the? Oh, sure, do you, buddy? And apparently, yeah, he made it flip. There was a point to where the lion killed Angron. Angron fought on death and killed the lion. And then there was a turn to where he just killed all of the Terminators.
Wow. I will say this as a
I don't know.
I've played this matchup before with 15 Deathwing Knights. Not the lion though. If I had the lion, things would have been very different at the time. But I think that matchup, because everyone says that like melee stuff in specifically damage 2 stuff into Deathwing Knights and Wrath of the Rock is like Wrath of the Rock just wins that. It's not true. Because it's just how many 3-ups
you
you
still
can
die.
roll. And when you have to save 100 times, you're going to fail that many 3-ups. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and also then sometimes you charge Angron with the lion, and then you kill him because that's what the lion does. And then your opponent says, okay, and rolls a 4-up, and Angron fights him.
yep. And you're just like,
So
oh, that's that.
And I believe he
and
was
then
just
comes
talking about
immediately
how,
back.
Yes. That too, which was he was able to take the Dark Angels player's home point. There was just a shred to where just Angron could land on there. And I think he at that point was just spamming fucking dev wounds and anti-infantry and just being like, you can only feel no pain this once.
Yeah.
Right? So
From the perspective of the of the Space Marines, of the Dark Angels, you don't charge with the lion, you wait. With fights first, you just create a
I
space
don't actually
of the
know
board
if
you
he
just
was
never
charged or
touch.
charged. Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. I don't know the order that the charges happened. I don't know if the lion charged him or not. I just know that the lion killed him. He fought on death.
Yeah, unless you're like in such a like winning state, you can never just throw the lion in. So there's that. And also, side note for this, I've mentioned it before, but I have one of Josiah's Chessex red dice in my dice pool
nice.
because those things are hot as fuck. Anyway,
We'll get into the red dice. That happens again.
Floof,
Which
how'd your
that's
game go?
Floof did not see that one, but I did, and it was crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I have no idea what you mean. Mine is just very simple. I'll let the ego poke out here for a second. I am never going to lose the GSC mirror. I will never lose a GSC mirror. I don't care. I will boldly proclaim that to any GSC player that wants. I'm here to teach you. We're not teaching me. I know everything you can do. I am the faction specialist, God damn it. No, I'm okay. I'm over embellishing. I played Noel, very nice guy. I'm mostly over embellishing because we shit talked each other the whole round. He's very good at giving it back. and I had a great time. I went first and was able to keep him caged. And then we both laughed as for 3 hours, both of our teammates would walk by and be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. And then they would walk away. And I would go, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that
Um,
sounds exactly like a GSC matchup.
yep. It was
Was
just, it was a
it
GS.
hosts both
Go
ways?
for it. No, it was host versus brood surge. So it was guns versus melee.
Oh,
And I was able to keep him caged and then put bodies on the other side of the wall and say, hey, do you want to charge the bodies on the other side of the wall and be out in the middle of nowhere for my guns to shoot you? And he would say, no. And I would go, great, then they're staying here. And so, yeah, it was very fun. Yeah, overall, pretty chill game. He was able to, I think he was finally able to connect with his melee on turn 4 when I was no longer able to keep the screens up as effective. Um, and it came down to if I could kill um Patriarch and 10 Pures and 5 Aberrants and Abominate on the center point, but 16 Neophytes said, yes, we can. So we did.
nice.
And yeah, overall, good game.
Were there any surprises this round that jumped out as like, whoa, would you look at that?
Josiah.
Yeah.
Just
Josiah
Josiah
fully
doing
got us
Josiah
that
stuff.
tie. Josiah got us this draw for sure.
this round is due
Because
to
if Josiah
Josiah.
stays on Matrix, we lose.
Because it was a tie on the lower side of things. So it was
Also Wyatt.
yeah.
Was also like that. So they gave us sisters and custodes, which pissed Ryan off so much. Because he basically was talking to us and he was like, I didn't want 2 things. I didn't want Floof's GSC, which apparently no one wanted wanted the smoke this weekend. It was very funny to hear every team say that. And then he was like, and I don't want CSM on their board choice. So just defend with me and I'll be fine. And lo and behold, on our second defend, they attack with Custodes, which is a hard red for CSM. They could force us to go into anything else they want, literally any other attacker, and they give us sisters. And Wyatt goes first, and Volgons are dead turn 1. Wyatt is the king of, did I go first? Great, my entire army is advancing up to be in your DZ and just shooting the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wyatt
And
knows
on
how
the
to
layout that they were
jump
on,
stuff.
like
He's very good at that.
Yes.
yeah.
Keep that man out of therapy. I need him angry. Oh, God.
Yeah, that
Also,
was
shout out to Ryan for
like
keeping us cool on that. Yes, it was
he
just
flipped
it
into
was
a
just a yellow.
20-0. So
Well,
good job.
sisters lose a lot of output when you pick up Volgons on top of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Suddenly, when they're not
recently
able
done
to
that
kill
him
3
in, like,
things a turn.
1750 point game, which it was a blast. I really enjoyed doing that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Ryan for keeping it together. He did he took a second. He started to get a little heated and he walked away from the table and he took a quick little lap and then he came back and he was good, right back into super high spirits.
Yep. Because
It was just like
it's got to be super tilting to be like, just don't do this one thing and we'll be good. And then the one thing happens and then you just immediately the game goes to shit, right? Like worst case scenario.
and there are reasons why that thing happened.
Right. But like that's the big tilter. So big shout out to Ryan for like being adult enough to be like, I need to take a walk. Like I need to take a lap and then let me get back into this. And he played the game out as best he could and he still tried to do his div points. That's the mark of a good fucking player.
And when it's
I respect
late
the hell
in
out of
the
that.
pairings as well, like what are you gonna do? Like they prioritized other matchups and they got some good matchups.
It wasn't
This wasn't late in the pairings. This was
our
third
first
pairing. This was our second defend. We weren't in the scrum.
They just threw it away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why Philip did that.
Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at the matrix and it's just did you guys fill it out afterwards?
Oh.
Probably, yeah.
BCP will have it in order. And yes, we did fill it out after. But BCP will have it in order if you want to go look at that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was a choice they made. So
All right. Well, let's hop in round 4 then. Joey, you want to work your way down and tell us what happened?
yes, round 4. That is where we go into Deep Strike Gang.
The number 1 seed for the event.
The number 1 seed for the event. One of the teams that we said was going to be somewhere in the top 3.
A team that
With our
BFH
good
has
friends,
gone
Kenny
into in the
Bush.
past and got smoked.
So we pulled our 3rd consecutive draw.
No one can take that win from us,
So
baby.
good.
They're
They
not.
cannot.
They're not dropping a green on us.
Not losing a Deep Strike today. So this was Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
Nail in coffin number 1. They, as a team, go first 8 out of 8 games.
On Scorched.
On Scorched,
Whoa.
yes, not Terraform.
Oh, I was about
On
to say,
Scorched
that's
Earth,
auto win, right?
on Scorched Earth, they went first all 8 times. Absolutely hilarious.
Wow. That's just rude.
It was crazy. It started with me. Keaton and I played Keaton with his AdMech. We were the first ones to start, and he said to me, I've gone first all 3 rounds. I really just want to go second one time.
Jinxed it.
And he rolls his dice, and he rolled a 3, and I said, looks pretty good for you. And then I rolled a 2. And then he looks at me, fully serious, and goes, all right, so this is a 10-10 then?
Yep.
And I said, yeah, probably.
So good.
And he was great. The interactions were fantastic. Keaton was fantastic. He taught me, not like, there are things that I know, right? But he helped like keep me on track, and watching him interact and then me interacting with him in that same manner taught me a lot about, I feel like I gained maybe knowledge or experience, whatever, of the like 5 turns of Patient Warhammer, right? Of like 1, 2, maybe 3 turns of Patient Warhammer. I can do that. 5 turns of Patient Warhammer, that's a lot. It's a lot. So from a gameplay perspective, the most boring game of 40K I've ever played in my fucking life. Awful. From every other standpoint, it was good. I just drew better secondaries than he did, honest to God.
Mm-hmm.
And so their non-player kept walking around, and he was like, hey, he keeps drawing better secondaries. It's probably going to be a 12 now. And then it would go back, and it was a 10. And then I had bottom of turn. There was nothing he could do about it. So I pulled the 11-9 win, which was cool. CT learned what getting Tim granted means.
Yeah, that's a really painful game. Tim Grant is so good at Warhammer. He knows all of your numbers because he's got that special brain for Warhammer.
It's a special brain for something.
It's incredible. It really is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
All aboard the
He's just-
Tylenol
and he's-
train.
He's just nice while he's doing it too.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a dick.
I love him so much.
it's so funny. Just the way he interacts with you when you're playing, you're just like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because Chancey was talking about it, and Tim would be like, yeah, this is gonna be kind of hard. I don't know if I can kill this thing. And then Chancey would fail a save, and he'd go, oh, never mind. Like, out loud, just fully in front of me. He's like, oh, never mind. I guess it'll be easy.
Love Tim.
So there's an 18-2 there. Chancey does manage to pull some points out of this. Alejandro goes first into Wyatt, World Eaters into CSM. And goes full World Eater and just traps him in his deployment zone and just proceeds to beat the absolute piss out of Wyatt's emotions. And good on Alejandro, because I was playing on the table next to them. So good on him. He tried so hard to keep Wyatt in a good emotional place during that game. He tried so hard.
Dude, Alejandro is
Alejandro.
one of my favorite players on the West Coast. Like, genuinely such a nice, great guy.
Just trying to keep him in good spirits as he just beats the piss out of him. It did end up being a 16-4, so it could have been worse. But I think the real, the killer for Wyatt was Vashdor was on 3. He rolls Dark Packs because statistically Vashdor doesn't die. Fails the Dark Pack, takes 3 wounds, dies.
Ouch. And for the audience out there, so that we've mentioned it before. Wyatt is a child. Wyatt is 21 years old. And for him to, suffer an L, it's a much more devastating emotional impact to a just a boy than it would be for just about anyone else. So
Especially because at this point in the event, he has fully accepted, I am second defender pairing princess. I get to have good matches.
yeah. And it was a blue for him. This was a
And
celebrated win.
If he goes first, it's great.
Yes. He did
And
not
then
go
it
for
wasn't.
Yeah.
Kirk pulls an 18-2 out of Kenny Bush.
How? We don't know.
We
Was it
learned
Adventure-
at that
'cause it
exact
was-
moment.
It was Bluebirds
Go for
against Adventuring Party, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Apparently, it is just the mirror is just fucking cursed for scintillating. Who would have thought?
Well, because they don't. Kenny is running Be'lakor and the melee Demon Prince, so he does have 2 answers to, I'm just going to touch your birds in melee and then you will die. The problem is that Kirk has like 7 things that are going to do that, and Be'lakor and the Demon Prince cannot answer them all.
Yes.
So, it went downhill very quickly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Joshua or
Joshi.
Joshi? Is that what we say? Josh?
I've always said Joshi,
Joshi.
but I might be wrong. I say
Joshi?
Joshi.
He was playing guard and played into Drew and won 13-7.
This also needs to be talked about. This is a Joshi fucking Josiah moment because
No,
this is
not
on
Josiah.
well no
Josiah's
what I
down
mean
at
is
the
like
bottom.
what I mean is like it's a Josiah moment in the way that he flipped it. Like
I
he
see.
was the fucking MVP here because this is on the WTC board to where your naturals are in the open. You can just see them from wherever the hell you want, and they are expecting a 20-0 because it's
to
guard
the
on
point
their
that
open
when
board.
they get to the table, he told Drew that he was going to get a 20-0 because that's what they were matrixed.
You'd never do that.
Yeah,
And Drew
they
pulls
told
7.
them that. Yes. Drew pulled 7, and also he I was right next to them. Hear that? Drew looks at me and is like, "Okay, be prepared." And I was like, "Okay, I have to push." So I pushed in mine because of that. But yeah, pulling a 7, that's crazy.
That's massive
Not
for
only
a
did
20-0.
not only did he pull a 7, obviously they went first because they went first in all the games, but at end of 4, Drew had 4 points
Wow.
and then scored 7.
Hey, going second is a pretty big help in
Hell of a
Warhammer.
drug.
The hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug. Bailey pulls a 13-7 out of James on Blood Angels.
Go, Bailey. That is a gigantic win because James has a special Warhammer brain too. He is so good.
Yeah. And James also gave us quite a bit of help this weekend too. That was nice.
He's so awesome. I love that guy.
James is a great guy.
Floof pulled the 16-4 out of Torin and Nids, which was carpet, right?
Yes, it was the Sam Pope style.
Isn't
I
Torn
talk
the
about it.
nicest?
Torn is great. I talk about it a bit in the video that I'm going to be popping out tomorrow, but basically, I think there's some things that he teched for with his list by bringing in triple Exocrine instead of having Maleceptors and like the Neuro Tyrant that really hurt him. But he also left 20 Gene Stealers up in reserves as rapid ingress threats versus having them as threats that I want to charge. So I was just charging his Termagants and I was able to pick up a 20 on turn 1. So yeah, real good for me.
Pretty solid.
good.
All right.
And then
what's
the
up?
beginning of the end for other people. Josiah into Death Guard, into Hans Lieber, pulls out an 11-9.
He matrixed a slight loss.
This entire, like for the whole game, Josiah is like 7 points, 8 points. It might get worse.
There's a moment where like the score's like 16-4 or something, right?
Yeah.
Like
There is at one point it was like 16-4. Josiah's like, dude, I might get 0. I stand there and watch his last turn. He's got like 3 things, like almost nothing. So he's like, this is primary, this is primary. I can cleanse here, I can burn here, and I'm gonna move this spawn into your
right.
deployment zone to sabotage. And if I do it, I'll win. So Hans has a bloat drone staring at it. And he says, well, I'm gonna overwatch. And he overwatches. And he hit him. It's lethal, right? So he gets 1 hit. The spawn has literally 1 wound. So he's like, cool, here's the lethal. And Josiah doesn't even look at it, just picks up his dice and tosses it like this into the tray. And it doesn't really even roll. It just went 6.
Dude,
Disrespect.
that was the most valid crash out I had seen that whole weekend. That Death Guard player was pissed.
Yeah, like Hans literally, and like, again, valid crash out, like Floof said, no shade to Hans at all. He's a phenomenal player. And I fully understand being upset about that because he was winning that game the
God
entire
damn
time.
it.
So Josiah rolls this 6. Hans literally goes and walks away. I was like, yeah, I get it, dude. Like, tough. So Josiah pulls the 11-9 out of a game he had absolutely no business winning based off of how it went. It was crazy.
That's
He's a
awesome.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that Josiah does really well is that he's unflappable. Like, no matter what you say and do, he is just happy that he's playing the game, and he's like smiling as he's rolling 6s, and it's wonderful.
Which was
That's
like
that's such like
perfect
another
image.
that's such like a big thing too, because him and Drew really showed it this weekend to where they could just be in the shit, but they're not going to lose their head. They're not going to do the thing to where a lot of singles players coming over to teams will do, to where they're like, I just got to push. I just got to throw more things out and try and punch back. They will play it to where they're playing for their natural. They're playing for their points, right? They're not throwing away resources unnecessarily just so they can feel something, right? They keep their head, they find the line, and they just go. And that's the difference between an 11-9 and a fucking 2-18,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I see like a little bit of confusion on Jeremy's face because he knows that Drew gets upset and starts to unravel.
He does. You usually can tell his game state by how frayed his mustache is.
I don't know what he did this weekend, but he
Was he
found
sad?
the place. He found the place in his brain where he said, how many points do I need? And we told him, and he said, okay. And then just was fully in the tank. Like, it was,
There was
I think
also
it's the
twice.
it's the
Sorry, go
next
ahead.
round. It's the next round. He's the last one playing. And at the time that he becomes the last one playing, because the whole time the round is very close, the time that he becomes the last one playing, we have already won. And so I walked over to him and I said, Drew, and I got his attention. He made eye contact with me and I said, you're good. And he went, okay. And then just stayed in the tank. And I was like, all right, man, finish your game.
That's great.
The thing was Drew was on a mission to like fucking prove himself in those fucking trenches. There was genuinely twice to where it was round 5, and then I think it was either this round or the last one to where basically like round is decided. I think in the one to where we drew to where it's like, so long as you get a point, like the game doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. And he already had 51, so it was fine. And yeah.
And he would just look and he'd be like, fuck it. Like now I'm just gonna go. Now I'm just gonna see what I can do, right? And yeah, it was a great fucking time watching him just be very level headed. I don't know what it was to where, because I've seen Drew stress at singles events. You are correct, but for this one, he was just like, I got to do it for my team.
Yeah, and don't get me
That
wrong,
locked him in.
he was stressed. I know the look on his face. He was stressed, but it was still like he was stressed and he was upset about like bad secondary draws, Drew dice that happen all the time. But then still was like, nope, I'm still here.
He was a duck in water this time.
That's it.
All right.
Killing it.
Hey, good job, Drew. Well done.
Proud of you. So we go to round 5.
Yeah, let's hop into round 5. Big round. BFH
Big round.
versus XPZ Nevada. Pairings go as such: Josiah Jackson into Donald Walls. World Eaters into Space Wolves.
The exact matchup that we wanted out of that team.
Exactly.
And they gave it to us.
We just were like, they're always going to first defend Tau. There's no world where they don't. Like, we had found a line for it, which was like Chaos Demons, and I think either me or someone else, right? And then I'm worried about like, we need World Eaters and Jukari for Space Wolves in the scrum, because that's probably where they're going to be best at. And we're stressing about what the line is. And then, yeah, we set our first defend down with Wyatt because we need Bailey for later. And then they set theirs down and they flip, and I see Space Wolves and I go, oh,
Take it.
okay. Hell yeah. And I just slam down Jukari and World Eaters, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Have fun. Next, no, the next.
Or no,
pairing-
it was World Eaters and Tyranids. This one was one to where like CT would have been good here, but they took World Eaters instead for some reason.
Next pairing was Wyatt into Eric Smith, and that is CSM into Leagues of Votan. And I want to make note here, Drew is a good Votan player. So Wyatt gets opportunities to play into this matchup often.
A lot.
And he showed by absolutely crushing this matchup with an 18-2. So that's great. Next up, we had Drew on his Votan going into Mike Helm playing Tyranids. This was a loss, 13-7.
13-7. And this was the one, the whole time going in, like pretty much the whole round, we were like, look, man, we need 4 points. Like, you get 4 points, we're going to be okay. And he kind of held it at that point the whole time. Because I walked over, I was the first one done. We'll find out. And I walked over, he was like bottom of 3. And it was like me, and I think Wyatt was done at this point. And I wasn't sure exactly how the other games were going to go. And I look at his phone because he's got the score out, and it's 16-4, and he's stressed. And I said, can you keep this for the rest of the game? And he said, I don't know. I said, okay, do what you can. I think every point is going to matter. And then he pulled out a 7.
Way to go, Drew. That's big. Next matchup, the big man himself, Kirk Powell, going into Tau with his demons. 20 owes him.
So, kids, this is a lesson on why, no matter what, we always first defend Tau. Because if you don't, then you don't get your perfect board, and then you stress about it, and then for some reason you take WTC heavy. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Big
You
respect to
choose.
XBZ.
You
I don't.
openly choose it.
By the way, I'm wanting to preface this. Kirk did not pick board. Tau picked like I think it was WTC 4-5.
I think it was 4-5.
That's crazy.
And they slapped that card, and then I just take a second, I don't realize it, and then I look at the card, and then I just kind of like to Kirk, and he just goes, oh, and he's like, I'm just gonna play my game.
Yep.
And
he was like a little nervous because he was like, I don't know, if the Riptides go crazy, I might just lose.
Yeah.
They
Right?
didn't go crazy before he touched them.
So
Spoiler alert.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said he essentially used Scarbrand to run out and kill all the trash, and then everything went and killed Scarbrand, and then he had 6 other big boys go, hello, you don't have trash anymore, and just kill him.
That's
I
awesome.
watched him. I stood there as he drew secondaries for round 4. And the game was already pretty much over. The Tau player had very little left. And he drew, it was like, I think it was Tempting Target, which would just make him turn around for no reason. And Assassinate. And Shadow Sun with like 3 wounds left is standing 4 inches away from the Bloodthirster. And he's like, great, Assassinate's good. I'm just going to ditch Cleanse because I think I could probably get something better, and pulls behind enemy lines. And I was like, great, I guess you just get 10 points now?
Yeah.
Like,
Never
Cool.
punished.
never punished. And so
By the
Kirk-
way, this round, it does like affect matchups. This round is Terraform, by the way. This is like
Oh.
stand on points and do things. So this was
Yeah.
big for this.
But
our next,
yeah, I will never be able to convince Kirk to try another demon detachment because of this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
6-inch deep strike is just so good that it's fine. As long as you know how to like put your models on the board well, like Kirk does.
As long as you just
Probably
make
be
6-inch
detachment.
charges all the time, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Next match.
Anyway,
Chansey.
next match we've got Chansey
into Matt on Astra Militarum. This was a fairly big loss, 16-4. Then we had Bailey into on his Astra Militarum going into Chris Faulkner playing Adeptus Mechanicus, and he had a 13-7 win.
13-7, very
Last
good.
I
Very
heard,
good.
Grizzled's pretty good.
I don't know. I
Grizzled's
heard
not
it's dog shit, and you should play combined only.
And then of course we had you, Joey, going into Necrons, Carry Affronti. How'd that game go?
Absolutely awful.
Yeah, that was a bad one. What happened?
Worst game of the weekend. Least favorite game of the weekend. But so he went first, and then did objectively the right thing, which is play wildly aggressively and throw all Satan into or beyond the middle of the board.
Nice.
The terrain layout was pretty bad for me. Because he went first. If I go first, I have plenty of time to get out and do stuff. He went first, and there's like this terrain piece that like it's here and here, and I've got like 4 inches to get out onto my natural expansion, and he took both Transcendence and closed it.
Oh, and you never got past those Transcendence, did you?
And I did not get past the Transcendence. He also picked up the entirety of my 6-man bike on his turn 1. So my only effective unit into Satan's is gone. And it just goes heavily downhill from that point on.
That's a big sad.
So 20-0. Also, as we have decided, as I have said, Hellions kill anything. Not true. Not true.
As it turns out.
Do you know?
Not the case.
Do you know? You want to take a guess? You want to take a stab at how many wounds a fully buffed Hellion unit does to a Nightbringer?
After
total
Field of Pains or
wounds?
before?
After total wounds.
5.
3.
Ooh, I was on it. Ooh, that's rough.
Ow.
50 strength 6 attacks with Lance. 3 damage.
That is very lucky dice on his part. And very
Which, by the way,
unlucky
he
dice on
heals
your
in
part.
his turn.
What's up?
I said, which, by the way, he heals in his turn because he heals D3.
Yeah, no problem. Necrons, great army rule. Moving on. And then win our 8th game. Bloof with the Gene Sealer cult into Drukari. Mr. Justin Gross.
Yeah.
Tell us about the game.
Good game. I thought this was going to be a rough one. But I'm kind of glad that I took it because I think, like, outside of going into Necrons and having what Joey had happen to him, I think Drukari just, like, kind of auto wins this mission into most other lists, right? They just have the trash to constantly flip it back. But GSC also has the trash to flip it back. And I learned that this matchup isn't actually that bad for GSC because Bike's running up and doing on 4-ups up to 5 mortal wounds, right? To whatever unit they end within 6 on. And then they also having pistol shot makes a lot of the 5-man witches turn into 3 or 2 woman witches. And they go, kind of don't want to charge you now. And then you can just kind of walk Flaccos up because you say, hey, I have 46 hand flamers with pistol. Once again, would you like to charge me? And they go, also no. And then behind that is the 100 neophytes that say, hey, you're not charging us, fucking die. And then if they don't walk out for that, and they only have 5 witches on their home point, you can go, hey, mortars, die. And so, like, because all of the bikes and all that are 4-up armors, which, like, sure, I'll tag 1 sometimes if I, like, really want to try and kill it. But with the volley of shots I have, there are 2 wounds, you're either T4 or T3, I'm just going to kill you with whatever I shoot at you. So I don't need the additional AP. So the 3 mortars and the Reductus Saboteur just go shoot at whatever little 5-man shitters you have flying everywhere. And Yeah, I was able to kill the only 5 witches that he had on his home point. That took away 4 primary from him at one point. I was able to kill all of his screens to where he now is only doing it with bikes and venoms. And by going into my turn 4, he had 2 venoms, a raider, malice, and like 1 witch squad left.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
when you know the
very
matchup,
good.
right? Like you have the advantage of knowing the matchup, right? Well, probably
I
more
didn't
than
know
that.
the matchup at all. I didn't know what the fuck it was gonna look like. It's literally just so game starts and I have 5 pure strains around the reductive saboteur.
Yeah.
He gets marked for death, and I like tag 3 things in the back that he's not gonna get right. And he goes, "Okay, my gamma's these 5 pure strains." And he gets out Lilith to go run at them, right? Has to end in reductive saboteur range. Boom, 6 mortals there.
That's a terrible
Cool,
plan.
great. Lilith kills the pure strains. Sure. I don't care. They tag the reductive saboteur. Sure, I don't care. 5 bikes drive by. The demo charges can go off in engagement range. I kill 4 witches. It's down to Lilith and she takes 1. And then 5 more bikes drive by and they kill Lilith. It is great.
So he
Oh
did
wait, no. It was reductive saboteur fell back. We got Lilith down to 1, and then Flacco's moved up to be an inch from her, and then stood there going, "Hi, do you want to charge us with our flamer pistols?"
So
And so she
Yeah.
died in shooting.
so so they did the thing where they saw the big name and went, "I'm just gonna throw my whole army at you."
No, they didn't, because they left 20 Hellions up in reserves to just like rapid ingress both turns.
He was playing 30, and he put 20 of them in deep strike against GSC.
That's it.
If he put his whole army into me, that is something I'm for with, right? If there was other things running up with Lilith when he
Sure.
does that, fucking great.
Because then you
Go
have
for it.
choices, and it's harder. Yeah.
Well, also I can't 6-inch anywhere because you just charge what I 6-inch deep strike, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
also works with setup. So I just have to always 9-inch with the big stuff. But even then, not really, because if it's a 5-man witches, all the neophytes have pistols. Die. Respectfully.
No, that's
Eh.
the killer. It's what I found is in matchups where you have pistols. So Blood Angels, Sisters, where there are mass amounts of pistols, especially flamer pistols. I can't use challenge met. I can't charge you. And so I can say, well, I can use 2 CP, charge you and die, or I can keep 2 CP, stand here and die.
There was also a very funny point to where turn 1 he either terraformed or cleansed my I think it was he terraformed my natural with like 3 bikes, and I ran up bikes and dealt 3 mortal wounds. And so kill a bike, put a wound on 1, and then on the other side of the wall, I just walked pure strains on, and I said, you either are going to charge the bikes, and they're going to shoot you with pistols, and then you're not going to be able to kill the bikes, and the pure strains are going to be the ones to terraform, or you charge the pure strains, don't kill them, die, and I terraform with the bikes. What do you want? And he goes, well, I'm not going to do anything. And I go, cool, grenade.
Cool grenade.
So,
Yeah, it feels awful.
Yep.
It feels awful.
oh,
So as far as
Yeah,
that round
overall, very
goes,
good game.
any surprises? Anything kind of jump out at you? We did win.
I think
by the
both of
way.
our games.
That was
Yes.
We did win. I think both Floof and I were surprised by the Necron outcome because
Yes.
we had talked about it. And we said, I'm probably if we're thinking about not killing Satan, we think I'm probably the best one to go into it. I throw 5 witches on a point. I terraform. He can't kill me and terraform it back. We're going to be okay. I've got 1 million of them. Didn't completely account for him going first, but then also I didn't realize that their strat to make you take a battle shock test at -1 and then mortal wounds if you fail is the command phase.
that's so many opportunities. Okay.
So he takes away
Yep.
my primary.
Yeah.
He goes, ooh, start of your command phase. Battle shock. Oh man, you failed. Now you're battle shock. Score 4 points.
And even then,
Go
you
ahead.
were still the best person to go into them because you have leadership.
Realistically,
It's
knowing
me.
now, it was Kirk or Floof. If we want to actually kill them, it's Kirk.
All right.
Yeah, and then if it with me, it's I kill 2 Satan, I kill whatever on your home field, I go terraform your home, and then you can have 1 point, and then I'm gonna wrap the Void Dragon or whatever his face is, on another, and you're never scoring
Really
primary
never
more than I
moving.
am.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's then hop into the final round, into what was the favorites of the tournament, the
Mhm.
Rose City Ruffians. And this was a pretty rough round 6. Just gonna let that cat out the bag real quick. First matchup was Tyler Bortel playing Tao. Tyler's a very, very good player. Playing Joey. How'd that go?
I learned a lot.
You learned a lot on how to shit talk someone because Jesus Christ, Bordy is ruthless sometimes.
The guy's a hell of a player.
He
dude.
said,
He's so smart.
dude, at one point, he's moving models. And he tells me like the intent, he's like, I'm gonna put these crisis suits here for now. I'm gonna leave a Shadow Sun sized hole. We'll figure it out when I move her exactly. Right. That's fine. I understand the point. Shadow Sun is not going to be chargeable. He measures everything, he's moving everything out. He goes, how far do Hellions move? I'm like 14. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, they can move 16 with the drug. He's like, cool. Can they advance charge? Nope. They cannot. And I don't have access to it. And he says, and understand, this is happening right now. He is measuring, his back is to me. And he says, they can't advance and charge? No. He goes, wow, this army sucks. And then immediately he goes, I'm sorry. This army doesn't suck. This matchup is really bad for you. I was like, yeah, it is.
Wow.
I thought it'd be
this army
fine.
sucks.
We did think it would be fine. Turns out
It wasn't.
it's not.
No.
Okay. Well, next round was,
That was a swift 20-0.
yes.
Yep.
The next matchup was Ian Swallow into Bailey, of course. Ian was on Adeptus Veritas. Ian is a very good player as well. Bailey pulls out a 10-10. Any notes on that one, guys?
He's also really great in the Backstreet Boys lookalike contest. I'm just gonna put it out there.
He is a handsome boy, that Ian Swallow.
Mhm.
No, I mean, no huge comments. I think that's about what we were expecting. We said Bailey's
I
probably
think they had the most
probably a
normal
draw.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Bailey, as he did all weekend, stayed on Matrix. We said this is probably a draw. If you win, great.
Great. Third matchup was Trenton Bates playing Death Guard into Drew on his Leagues of Votan. And this was probably a bit of a shock for Drew because Drew's been pushing Death Guard around since they were good.
This was an enormous shock to Drew.
This is a huge flip. He loses 18-2 here. Was his mustache frayed? Is my question.
No, it happened too fast.
Oh, okay. That's rough.
On turn 1, he lost a land fortress to 10 Plague Marines shooting.
Ooh. Oh yeah. What Death Guard was he playing?
No.
More.
That's
okay.
it.
What's that?
He didn't
That's
shoot
it.
anything else.
It was 10 Plague Marines
He didn't
that
throw
picked
grenades.
up a land fort and cover.
He did not throw grenades. He did not charge it. 10 Plague Marines with the character killed a land fortress in cover from healthy to dead in just their activation of shooting.
So it was just Drew dice.
No,
The
they do
opposite.
that.
They
They do
can,
that.
right? It's lethal sustain 5s.
Sure. But land fort
and then
in cover, are they ignoring cover?
They are ignoring cover, and then he threw a spawn up next to it, so he was in contagion range.
Okay, then that makes sense.
So
yeah.
he was on a 3-up, most of it's AP2. So it was kind of just going through. Drew was not prepared for that. And he looks over at Wyatt, and Wyatt obviously doesn't know what's going on. He's playing his own game. And he said, hey, did you know that 10 Plague Marines can kill a land fortress? And Wyatt said, yeah, that makes sense. They do that. Which doesn't help Drew. It makes Drew unravel a little bit more. Because Wyatt was operating under the assumption that they threw grenades, shot it, and then charged it. Because in that instance, yeah, of course Plague Marines kill a land fortress. They kill anything. So afterwards, when he explained it, we were like, oh, okay. So that probably shouldn't have happened exactly like that,
No.
but
There's
it
some worlds
can.
where like a second thing needs to shoot in, but everyone on that team was that I had talked to was very much like, yeah, that happens. We've been having Trenton just kill shit.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
So
Next round.
a tough end for Andrew there.
Yeah, that's okay. Next matchup with Jonathan Seabear into Nancy. Into Tyranids. Orcs pull out the 20-0.
This was
no,
it's gonna be
Warhorde
a running
Orcs.
theme this round.
Yeah. This was Warhorde Orcs that was built for Pantheon of Woe
Oh. So
and
going
went
into big
and
bugs
went
was perfect.
into Crusher Stampede.
Yeah. Well, that's that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next up. This one I want to highlight specifically because this is Lucas fucking Troller, one of the best players in the goddamned world, going into Kirk on Blood Angels into his demons, and Kirk pulls the draw.
Yes. Yes.
Any notes?
Kirk is upset because if he would have
dropped Jeff.
if he would have redrew a secondary and gotten 1 out of 6 of them, so still random. But if he would have redrawn a secondary and scored 1 more point, it would have been an 11.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Kirk. Do better.
I think he said there was also 2 or 3 times to where he said he left diff on the table due to some interactions or for forgetting to do something or overwatching something he shouldn't have versus overwatching like a 1 wound Marine, right? Stuff like that. Little things.
Hell of a performance, Kirk. Like, really well.
Genuinely.
Next matchup was Alex Pina. I love Alex Pina. Into Wyatt and Alex.
Nice, this guy.
Absolutely doggy paddled.
I believe Wyatt was the first one done. This
Yes.
was under an hour.
So the what I remember from this matchup is seeing just in Discord, nerf bluebirds.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yep.
What happened here? Do you guys know?
It looked like he was having a game, and I asked how the Matrix is going, and he said it's on Matrix. And then I looked, and there's like a Bellacore and a bird on Pina's natural expansion, and then like 2 on the other side. Go, okay. Hopefully he kills more than he thinks he's gonna kill. And I walk away, and then about 20 minutes later, he just walks up and goes, "Oh, 20." You go, so he didn't. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had moved birds out. From my understanding, he moved birds out. Wyatt moved his stuff out to shoot. Did not kill anything. I think he put a bird to 4. Didn't kill anything and said, "Oops."
Yep.
And then died.
There was even a point to where Pina stopped himself from getting the perfect 100, I think, apparently, because he said, "I'm just going to kill you so you don't have to be at the table anymore."
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
kind of him.
He literally did the mercy killing of, "I'm ending this."
Yeah.
Just to be
Yeah,
nice to you.
that's what Wyatt, we talked about on the way home. Wyatt said that's what he looked at him and he said, hey, so it's not going to affect the actual point differential. It's going to be a 20-0 no matter what. So I'm just going to forget about these secondaries and kill you so you can pack up.
Wow. Hey, respect to Alex because Alex is great. And that is kind of him to do.
This is
rather than
after
Stu.
the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game, they're setting up. Alex leaves the table, doesn't say a word to Wyatt, just walks away, walks over to me playing Tyler and goes, "Hey, what's his name?" Floof says, "Wyatt, what's your name?"
Oh yeah. Oh, so okay. Now I know what you're talking about. So I also have another Pina story to share about this event, which it's driving me up the wall. But so Pina comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I forgot it, and I don't want to be rude because Pina and I know each other." And he goes, what's your Space Marine player's name?" And I look over and I go, "Oh, Wyatt, to where you can see it on the back of his jersey, Wyatt." And he goes, okay, because he knows I'm immediately doing a bit. And he starts to walk away. And then I go, "Hey, Wyatt." And Wyatt turns around and I go, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Wyatt." And he goes, "Oh, thank you, Wyatt."
Yep.
I go back to
And I looked up at Tyler. I looked at Tyler and I'm like, did he just come over here and ask you what Wyatt's name was because he didn't want to ask Wyatt himself? And Tyler goes, "Yeah, he's a little socially awkward sometimes," and then just keeps rolling dice. Hey man,
team is
so are you.
just
I love
this
Alex.
whole team is Tylenol extra strength. I love them so much.
So fun.
Oh God, I'm not even going to talk
The next matchup was Josiah into From. Josiah and From play often.
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 Really?
And this was
From what
a
I've heard,
stomp.
up to 3 times a week.
Up to 3 times a week, yeah. And it was a bit of a stomp.
And yeah, Josiah, with as often as they play, he has not won this matchup.
No. 16-4 loss overall. Any notes?
I'm happy that he got 4.
Yeah. I mean, get his
Um,
points in the
and
end. That's all that matters.
and for those keeping track, I just want to point out, this is our 5th highest score of the round.
Yes, by the way. Yeah, it's all right. Last matchup, Max on guard into Floof. Floof, how'd you do?
He was on something. Yeah, so GSC into Astra Militarum, it was on layout 7. He put both Dorns near his national expansion, and then I went first and I tagged a bunch of stuff so they couldn't go towards his home point, and was able to make it to where on turn 2 I was 6-inch deep striking onto his home point to take it away from him, and he didn't get to score his home on linchpin until the bottom of 5. It went really good.
Well, I'm glad one of us pulled out a win because this was an absolute beatdown, 117 to 43, and it's okay in the end.
So, if I may be as front, and I think I've said this just to the team, but like I've want to make it to where I'm not like being disrespectful, but going into this, like this was when the skill diff was going to happen. If into any team, like this is when the skill diff was just going to happen, right? Into the others we had play. I do want to talk about the fact that we went into the 3rd elo seed, the 1st elo seed, the 5th elo seed, and the 2nd elo seed. And only in the 4th time in going into basically the top 5 of teams did we take a loss. That's fucking impressive.
It
That's
really
very
is.
fucking impressive. But
It was hard to
eventually it has to
accept.
run out and we are going to get skill diffed, right?
Yeah. It was hard to accept in the moment because we had been doing not like crazy, right? We were tying, but we were doing better than we had, like significantly better than we had expected we were going to from conversations before the event started, right? We didn't
Yes.
go into this expecting to get on the podium. That's not where we realistically know we don't belong there. And when we got to the point going into day 3 where podium was possible, that we were like, holy shit, like, how did we just do this? And so the loss in the moment was really tough. But
Mhm.
in reality, like, we probably should have lost a deep strike. Like,
Deep Strike is really good.
they're great. They're great players.
We almost even beat Deep Strike, to be very
We did.
realistic.
Yeah.
As well, it doesn't reflect on the scoreboard, but into MHM we also almost won.
Yeah.
The big one that doesn't reflect is Josiah's 6 to 14. Josiah was going to have that match as about 11 to 9 or 10-10. He was the last match, and we had said if you can get us however many more diff points, 4 or 5, if you can make this a 15-5 or whatever the fuck it needed to be, we will win the match. You cannot lose this match based on the points you have already. Go for it. And he went for it, he bounced, it didn't work, and that it went a little bit lower, right? So that's why it looks like an 80-80. That almost was an 86 to 74, right? There are certainly matchups here that we had no business winning, and we drew them.
Mhm.
And that's something to be very fucking incredibly proud of. So, once
Yeah,
again,
it was
4
really
of the
fun to
top
watch.
5 teams we went to everything except Florida Alliance.
We made the joke about winning round 1 and then tying round 2 and submarining. We did not submarine. Like, we played, if you look at the final placings, we played and drew teams that, based on performance, are better than we are.
Which is great. Oh, big round of applause for BFH. Really well done. Hell of an event. Thank you so much, Floof, for coming in and being our
Yeah.
pairing Primus.
I guess so. We ended 2-1-3 win loss
Very
draw.
nice.
and 7th place.
which is pretty good.
So
7 out of
pretty
22
good.
teams, not bad at all.
I just once again want to give like the biggest shout out and just like reality check of like my elo is very high, right? I'm like 19 something or another. If we take my elo out, the elo of the team drops like 40 to 50 points. It goes down in seed considerably, right?
Mhm.
We are seated at 7th because I'm there, but end of the day, I can only score 20 points, right?
Mhm.
I can only do some, I can't win an 8-man by myself. The rest of the team stepped the fuck up and got that 7th seed that the numbers say we deserve, right?
Mhm.
That like basically what I'm trying to say is everyone batted above their average.
Which
And
is
that's
awesome.
like I just am so internally grateful for like the team one trusting me in the pairing process and like kind of directing people on what they should be going for, on who needs to push, who needs to get the small points that they do, right? Um but then not losing their cool, playing to their outs, right? Finding the diff that they could. In almost every round we had a talking to, a little group huddle, and just kind of had a like who's up, who's down, be real with
Mhm.
me, what can we do? And I think it was stuff like that that really helped center us, and I'm
Excellent.
very proud of this team.
Let's go ahead and make a few mention of the big winners of the tournament. Who are the big overall winners, Joey?
So we have first place. We have the Florida Alliance coming in with a clean 501 with a draw, no losses. Right?
Yep.
Fantastic
So
job on their
Drawing deep
part.
strike, I believe.
Huh?
I think they drew deep strike, right? That's who put the draw on
Yes.
them.
Deep Strike drew Florida.
and then who was the best overall? Did they do that one?
They did
Heroic
best
Knights Blue.
general. Yeah, and it was Heroic Knights Blue who did get 3rd place.
Okay, very cool.
And got that.
Who won best painted?
They did. Right. So team best appearance we've got right here.
Let's go! All right, well done, guys.
Very, very coolly from this event. The guys who put this on were fantastic. This event was crazy. Very, very good. Very, very cool for the size of the event. All 8 of us on the team got a trophy,
That's very cool. You don't see that very often.
which is that's nuts. For a team award, that's crazy.
This is nuts.
Yeah, we got 2 best in factions.
Yep. So Gene
So we got-
Steeler as well as
We got
Demon.
Floof with GSC, and we got Kirk got best in faction on Demons.
These are nice little coasters. They have
Yeah,
Nice
it's
little
those
stuff
little
as
like
well.
chipped rock.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
cool.
They're awesome.
So
By
I
the way,
would like
once
to
again,
ask
pointing
you
out
guys
Kirk with a soul grinder. Kirk
Kirk
with a soul
with a soul
grinder.
grinder.
Not Scintillating Legion with a soul grinder. Got best demons.
So my question for you guys, before we close out for the day, who is your? So I'll ask both of you, who your individual MVP is.
On our team, Josiah.
Excellent, Floof.
For the sake of not picking the same one, it's a hard split between Drew or Kirk to me. I think I respect what Drew did a lot in terms
Yes.
of getting points on the board, but end of the day, Kirk came in with something wild and was just dropping greens all day. So
Surprised every opponent he played.
I will also say
Yes.
that like my answer was very quick. Not because it's actually an easy choice, because I think everybody did great. Wyatt dropped multiple 20s. Kirk dropped multiple 20s. Bailey was on Matrix all weekend long. That's crazy. It's also Bailey's first event. It's his first large event that he didn't lose a game,
Crazy.
singles or otherwise. So it's like for him personally, this is his best performance, something to be super proud of. I
Mhm.
think everybody did a great job. Floof did a fantastic job with pairings, kept us all together, gave us our little pep talks, kept us on track, which I needed.
Lowest score
I know
was
that,
also a 13.
like, I knew that personally. Like, I needed that. I was circling. It was looking looking bad. It was looking rough for a minute. I go with Josiah because just the absolute mania that I watched come out of him in the ending of games that I happened to witness was crazy.
Okay.
So
That's cool. My award's going to go to Bailey for being on Matrix the entire tournament. I think that is
yeah, that's crazy.
an incredible. That's a feat, in my opinion, to be able to accomplish that. But overall, just the biggest thanks that I can levy is Floof again for coming in and leading the team effectively for the sake of the event. And so we can't thank you enough. We
Yeah,
appreciate
of
you, bud.
course. Before we like fully wrap up, because I can kind of tell this is where the direction we're going. Can I talk about my biggest favorite thing of this event, which is just hilarious?
Yes.
Yeah.
One, also because he kind of like was babysitting my uncle, which was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God. Is this?
So,
yeah, I know what you're
yes,
gonna say.
Forest. So my uncle, okay, is getting into 40K. He just likes to see it. He just likes to look at the models, and he goes, if I would ever play a faction, I would just pick up Space Wolves." And so I thought he was walking around the venue. I thought he was checking out all the games. I thought he was doing anything. No, what he did was he walked up to Forrest's games because I had introduced them, and then he sat down and just watched him for 6 rounds. Uncle in his like 60s or 70s, I forget how old that man is. I love him to death. He raised me. Spectated Forrest and just watched him club 6 seals because Forrest dropped 1 diff point this weekend.
Ooh.
Which also I'm kind of a little upset that he didn't get best Space Marines but that was also his team didn't perform that well. He went 20 20 19 20 20 20. The whole time my uncle's just there just like, "No, what's that?" Like it's just
I think it was
shooting
round
the
2.
shit.
Forrest
Oh,
was
God.
talking about it. It was round 2 or round 3 that your uncle essentially got a in-person battle report from Forrest as he just went, "You don't actually know what's going on. I'll explain everything I do," and just
Yeah.
vocalize the game.
Yes,
That's
because
lovely.
what had happened was he's playing the game and he's kind of going over some things, and my uncle just goes, "Hey, what's that?" And he goes, "An intercessor?" And Forrest tells me, he goes, "Okay, it's at this moment I realize you don't know the game. So I'm just going to vocalize," which is great because I just love to talk. And I had came up to him at the start of day 3 because that's when I realized that my uncle was spectating the whole time. I was, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I hope it hasn't been awkward." And he's just like, "Nah, dude. Like, thank you for like checking in, but genuinely, it's fine."
It's very cute.
Yeah, people were also coming up to him and they're like, "Is this your dad?" And he's like, "No, this is Floof's uncle." And they're like, "Who the fuck is Floof? It's just someone else's uncle?"
Yep.
And then he's just like, "Yeah,
That's amazing.
dude, it was so fucking funny." So
Yep.
that's
He
my
just
favorite
went-
thing of the event.
He said, "If I would play, I'd play Space Wolves." I
That's
know
the
that
Space
guy's
Wolves guy
name, and
emulated
he plays
Forrest,
Space Wolves.
So
Yeah. Because he was like, "So how many Space Wolves are here?" And I was like, "Well, I know Forrest is
2.
here. Let me go bring you over to Forrest." And I introduced him and I go, "This is the #1 Space Wolves player in the world." And my uncle's also like a very charismatic guy, like, so he was there shooting the shit. Like he knows how to make it not awkward, but I'm still just like, this is,
that's great.
I love it to death. God.
Joey, did you have a
So-
favorite moment of the event or anything about the event you want to shout out?
My round 6 opponent.
It's okay if you don't.
Yo. Oh,
God, that's
that
all.
was nuts. What's his name? Max? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do we
look,
want to?
some people are
Some people
awkward.
have fun. Some people have fun in their
Like,
lives, and
some people are socially awkward, and some people get rid of those feelings in different ways.
Mhm.
And Max made a lot of weird noises. And was very high
Naruto
energy,
ran
and like
around the corner.
and Tyler knew, right? And like at one point, like he went out of
No,
nowhere,
no, not one time.
multiple.
Multiple times.
I
And
was-
every time they asked him what the score was going to be, he would go, "Boo-boo-boo." No. "Boo-boo-boo."
I was saying one time because it happened at one point, and Tyler was rolling dice, and he looks up at me and he goes, "Well, he's certainly making some noises." Just went back to the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's great.
Sorry. What was your favorite moment? Sorry, I blurted. another thing in. What was your favorite moment of the weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. There was so many there were so many things that happened, like small moments from here or there, um, that did just make. You know what it was? Um, oh God, what's his name? We talked about it. Is it Aaron from Mastercrafted, the Sisters player?
Yeah.
Um, he's done
Or
with his
no,
game.
Ryan, right?
Ryan,
Wait, let me. Yeah, I think Ryan McGuire.
he's done with his game. I'm done with my game. I'm standing there watching Kirk play. And also, as a caveat to this story, Kirk brought washable markers and we drew different eyebrows every round.
So, for context, folks, Kirk doesn't have eyebrows right now.
He does not have eyebrows right now. Kirk, this round, I drew them and I gave him about a half-inch thick unibrow in green. And I'm standing off to the side at a respectful distance watching this game. Ryan comes up to me, is watching the game for a second, and then looks at me and goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" Like, yeah. He's like, I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, I didn't want to be an asshole. I don't know if it's like religious or something. What's going on with the face thing? I said,
I don't know if it's a religious thing or not.
the green unibrow. I said, oh, no, it's not religious. No, he just went through treatment and we're trying to be light and positive about it and we're drawing eyebrows. And he went, "Oh, hell yeah. I didn't want to ask and like be a dick about it if it was something like religious or important or something." I was like, "Nah, dude, you're good."
You should have fucked with him. You should have been like, yeah, he's in this Christian cult or some shit.
Just the sweetest, honestly weirdest thing to ask. I have no idea how a neon green unibrow would be religious in any way. But just the pure, the purest heart sentiment of, "Hey, I'm really curious, but don't want to be a dick. Can you please answer for me?"
Lovely.
It's just the I don't know if it's a religious thing or not. Just kills me so fucking much.
It's
man.
like
Every-
Alex running over to ask
I
Wyatt's
can't-
name.
Oh fuck. I just bless your little heart. Oh my
It was
fucking
so
god.
good. It was so funny. But
Mind
then
you,
he,
once
he
again,
learned what
the
happened, and then him and Kirk talked for a while, and he came and checked on him again throughout the rounds, and it was cool. But it was so funny.
Mind you, like the context is once again, like a fucking strongman, a power lifter, right? Someone who goes to strongman events. Someone who, when I found him on Facebook and was gonna add him, and then looked at his profile picture, and it is like Darth Vader in the hallway, but he's yoked. Like just full dark, like at the gym, just fucking gigantic from whatever workout, right? And just angry face, but just like, hey, I want to be very respectful. Is everything going on okay with you? Like it's just, the contrast is so sweet.
That is
I just
so
love it.
lovely.
So that
It
you
was
know
so
what? That's
good.
my MVP for the weekend is Ryan McGuire.
For
It was
asking the right
perfect. It was
question.
for asking the right question.
All right.
That is a
Oh.
respectful man right there.
We are
Woo,
coming up on on 2 hours, so we're gonna have to cut this one short as we head into
Short.
the end here. There are a few things that I want to make mention before we exit out. I would like to take a moment to appreciate our friendly local gaming stores. First and foremost, Real Deal Tabletop. Thank you, Dale, for always being awesome over in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Thank you so much, Bob, over at the Gamers Haven in Spokane here for always hosting BFH events for us. We appreciate you. And of course, Windy City Toys and Collectibles, as we mentioned before, Bailey's Store. Floof, do you have a friendly local gaming store that you would like to shout out?
Yes, actually. Thank you for mentioning that. It just recently opened. My good friend that I've known my entire life, I have grown up with the man. I promise you, he is going to. You are going to be in good hands if you head over to Bonfire Games in Sacramento. It's probably in like one of the like Citrus Heights or Antelope or something. It's in one of the satellite cities of Sacramento. But look up Bonfire Games. Is going to be the store that I represent as my local team. moving forward. And if you're in the Sacramento area, I will be there very often. You can come say hi to me, anything like that. Go to the store. It's just recently opened, so we're making sure that like everyone knows about it. There's a push
Yeah.
to keep it open, all that stuff. So,
That's
Bonfire Games.
awesome. Thank you for doing
Hell
that. Finally, I would also like to take a moment to appreciate everybody who took the time to hang out with us for a couple hours, listen to this play by play, round by round, 8 or 6 round event for an 8-man team. We really appreciate you. And also, if you guys would like to support us financially in any kind of way to help turn the lights on, you can support us on Patreon over at the Yet Another Warhammer podcast. Big shout out to our first 3 subscribers, where we have Dale, Josh, and oh shit, who's our third? No,
Joshua and Ryan.
that's right. That's right. So thank you 3 in particular for supporting us. We really appreciate you. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or concerns, otherwise topic requests are welcome. Let us know, let your friends know, and we'll see you the next time at the Yop.
See you around.
Bye.